Hello. Welcome to the... No, sorry, my bad. I just had a small glitch. Welcome to the channel, the stream, and episode 28 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival series. I did try to start this like 2-3 minutes ago, and I had a small glitch with the broadcasting, so it wasn't going out. But that's all fixed now. So here we are, episode 28. I say it pretty much every time, but we're doing okay. We're doing well. We are coasting on quite nicely. We've got a lot to do today, and it is also not a save game, didn't mean the cheeky save, but it's a working day. We've got a fair bit to crack through, but it is a ×3. So when we finish on this episode in about 3 hours time, it'll be about 6 in the evening, 5, 6, something like that. So, yeah, we want to get the canola planted in the canola field, get that fertilised and rolled. We also want to check this silage, see if this silage is done. A quick run over. And fermenting 98% or so. Okay, alright. Now that should be done by the time we've planted the canola in the canola field. We want to fertilise and roll that as well. We also, if possible, jump in this, get it started. We also, if possible, might put grass in the oat fields. We don't need that. We have rolled everything, so that's all nice. I ran over it with the fertiliser, I believe. Let's just double check. Yes, I know I mulched it all. Loading maps. Okay, it's taking its time. Okay, and mulch. Yes, so it's all had one load of fertilisation. I'll just take off the mulched. I know it was mulched. Which means it's straight on with the planting for that one. Alright, and this says oats. We don't want to plant oats. We want canola. There we go. And up round the corner. Because this is our canola field. Or what we've been using for our canola field at least. Over there does seem shallower than this side, so although I don't think we quite want that many. Oh, steering assist. I don't think we quite want that many headlands. If we can get away with going around the outside to turn around, that'd be quite nice. Show lines. And that work direction isn't very nice for the tractor, so we're going to have to shift that. Back. That might be more what we want. Let's go with that. Alright. Start with the insides. And I know it's a tiny little bit, but I will do it. lower that down, turn that on. Oh, pick it up. Alright, drop it down, fill in the line, and we're done with that bit. This might take us a while, but we'll get there. It's all a process. Do this for these couple of runs and we should be fine to run normally. Okay, to about there. And yeah, we'll take this one all the way across, and then we'll do every other row on the way down and hit every other row on the way back. So about there will do. If you are out there as well, please don't hesitate to talk to us in chat. I am here, I am interactive. I will, if you have any questions about the game, I will answer to the best of my ability. And drop it down about there. I am by no means an expert on the game, but when I play something, I do like to understand what I'm doing. Oh, you can't really damage grass, can you? Put us back on this field. Please don't have reset my... You haven't. Brilliant. And I'm lined up wrong. Let's get myself sorted. This is the line we want. That's not awful there, actually. Let's drop it down and let's go. So yeah, we've got this to do. We'll have to get the horses run at some point as well. We'll have a quick check on all the productions. Obviously the windmill's still working her way up there. Wouldn't be turning if it was empty. The goats have still produced a measly amount of goat milk for the amount of time we've had them. But the pasture isn't that big. I believe I've only got 10 goats in there, so they're not going to produce that much that quickly. There are so many things that we want to do on the farm, and so much money needed to do it. And I really do love this little tractor. It's done so well. We do need an upgrade, but I'm not selling this to get the upgrade. You say defective goats, return them for a refund. I get that. I get that. I'll just leave them there, ticking away in the background. Good to hear from a viewer. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Hope you're well. We a couple of episodes ago we managed to get a bakery over there. And it's it as well is ticking over nicely. Big stones. I hate the stones. But adds to the realism. he says playing a game from third person view. But it's fine. You say you're good, hope you're also... Yeah, I am. I'm doing well, thank you. And bakery equals rolling in dough. Yes. Yes, it will do. It will do. I don't spend much time down there, but we might seed those fields with grass this episode as well, depending on how we get through things. But yeah, love the little joke. Love it. This is definitely the place for that. I prefer, I don't like watching dramas and stuff like that. I mean, I understand their place, but I don't really like it. I've suffered quite a bit of loss in my life and whatever, so I prefer watching comedies. Anything to make you giggle. You say first person versus third person. Preference of is third person better? It's not so much that it's better. I mean, I'll give Giants some credit. Mirrors actually show you what's behind you. I know plenty of games that mirrors don't do that well. It's just a pixelated static image. The visibility from being in third person, it's like a lot of games, the visibility of being in third person doesn't so much make it better, but it allows for a little more precision, I'd say. A little more precision while allowing a little more recklessness. Yeah, you say, who needs drama when you can have dad jokes and puns? Damn right. Absolutely. But yeah, it's all dependent on game, whether I go third person or first person. Fallout, I'll play first person majority of that. I thought I was going to do that. That's alright, I'll line it up this way. Yeah, Fallout, when I play that, I prefer first person. Train sim, whenever I'm playing that, I'm in first person. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the games that I can switch between. Yeah, if I mean, trying to go for the end of the line here, if I was in first person, right, it's about there. So I've now got a roughly guesstimate. I mean, I'm sure there are better players than me out there that will see. I was a bit over the end. There are better players out me that. That's alright, the speech part is fine. There are better players than me out there that will be able to do all of this from sitting in cab, and fair play to them. I know my limitations. I will not attempt to replicate. I will do some in-cab driving occasionally if I'm just going from point to point. I haven't got to worry about being precise. But yeah, for ensuring I drop where I need to drop, things like that, third person. You say, does Train Sim have third person? You've just got it. Yes, technically, yes. Click the right stick and it'll switch your camera mode from your first person to effectively a third person of the train. You don't have it in on foot controls. It's only when you're in control of a train. But yeah, click the right stick, it will switch you to that third person. If you hold the right stick and press left on the D-pad, it'll flick you between various different focus points, I believe is the way it, but yeah, various different focus points outside, and clicking the right stick and flicking right on the D-pad at the same time will give you various different internal views, and then 2 of them will stick your head out either window. There we go. Oh yeah, you haven't got going to into the menu and change your view on Train Sim. Unless you're on about like Train Sim Classic or something like, because I've not played those. It's I got Train Sim World 5 for the PS5. Other consoles are available, but I don't have those. So I also don't have the money for a gaming PC. Not for the spec that I'd want it to be, at least. Pipe dreams. Give this one a wide berth to spin it around. So always getting stuck on the trees. Yeah, go on, tell me I've stuffed this. Bits like this are where the first person comes in handy, because you get your face out of the trees. That'll do, it's fine, it's only a tiny bit. You got Train Sim 5 on PS4. Yeah, it's a good game. I believe there are certain bits and pieces stripped back on like the timetables and stuff, but that's just from what I've picked up from someone else I was watching on YouTube for a little while. Been a source of information for Train Sim World for me. But yeah. Yeah, and the goats will do their job eventually. I'll switch that out, get a larger pen. One that can accept bales as well, although I did give myself a little fix for that. We got the forage collector over there. Yeah, it's definitely a good game. What was the other one that I like? A Bus Simulator. If you've ever played Bus Simulator, it's very much along the same lines of where you're in cab and you can look round and use like all the dials and instruments and everything. It's because I'm a bit sad like that. I sat and played Bus Simulator for a while. PlayStation gave it away as a free game, and I was just trying to find something to fill the time. I think I was flicking between games waiting for something decent to come out, so ended up playing Bus Sim. And because I'm a little bit sad, I decaled the local bus route. Grabbed one of the buses, or like the most looky-likey bus that I could find for our local ones, and excuse me, attempt to throw on a local area decal, livery, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, put all the decals and everything on like our local bus company, and Yeah, just played around like that for a bit, because I'm a bit sad like that. You say you needed a break from shipment, so I figured the complete opposite was a train sim game. What's I've never heard of shipment. What's never heard of it. Shipment 24 by 7. Ah, COD game mode. Right. With you. Yeah, COD is very fast paced. Train sim, very slow paced. Take it at your leisure. Absolutely. If you're feeling any burnout from any sort of first person or anything like that, definitely a good shout to just get into one of the simulator games. Take it nice and easy at your own pace. I juggle a couple of other games while I've got this going and whatever I juggle. I don't so much upload anything for it, but I play a bit of Space Marine 2 at the moment. Very much enjoying that. Wish they'd come out with a Blood Angels armor pack. They've just come out with Space Wolves and something else. I can't remember what it was. Downloaded it though. The kids these days are bringing too much skill. Yeah, it's I used to rock at playing Call of Duty as a battering zombies rounds until really high, going around a gun game, things like that. Me and the wife, she was just a girlfriend at the time, well before we got engaged or had the little one or anything like that, but we used to sit there together and batter zombies for hours on end, trying to do the Easter eggs and stuff like that, and gun game in multiplayer. Kill Confirmed, she used to love playing Kill Confirmed rather than the just the straight up death matches. She said Kill Confirmed, where you have to run and collect the dog tags and stuff like that, it felt like there was a bit more to it. It wasn't just shoot people and there you're done. You've actually got to pick up the dog tags to score any points, and you can deny points. So she used to really enjoy playing gun game and Kill Confirmed. They were some good times. We have done some recent zombie stuff together, to be fair. Black Ops Cold War, very much enjoy that. She's not too bad. We sat there before our little one came along. We were sat there until like 4 a.m. because she was coaching me on how to do some of the Easter eggs and things, and she was sat there with the walkthrough on her phone and telling me what to do as I was doing each bit, and then I'd pause it, listen to how to do the next bit, and then start doing it. And it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. First go I'd had, second go, I do apologise. Second go I'd had, the first one just to run around and sort of get a feel for the map, where it was, where spawns were, and then the first actual run at trying to beat the Easter egg for, I can't remember the name of it, it was the red one, where you go through like a teleporty thing to a military camp and then back to, it was like a Japanese something, and this big heckin' big thing comes out from behind a gate, and you got to shoot it to hell right at the end. And we were sat there doing that. Well, I was sat there doing that. She was reading out how to do it and everything. Yeah, completed it first time first time actually attempting the Easter egg. So I was pretty chuffed with that. But yeah, did a few bits like that back in the day, just sat there for hours on end at stupid o'clock at night. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, it's just sat there stupid o'clock at night, just Yeah, how do I do this then? Okay, alright. I think the worst one was she tried to help me through, you got to go through multiple open world levels, and then if you do certain things on like level 3 when you're at a zoo, then the next one you end up in like a bunker silo or something. You run around and there are loads of mimics in the centre. Yeah, it was just after all the mimics in the middle turned up that I ended up getting slapped a couple of times by oh, I don't want to do it that way. Excuse me. Getting slapped a couple of times by those mimics and going down. Lost a couple of good perks and then just couldn't get to the perk machine to get them back, so ended up tapping out of that one. But yeah, we've done some crazy stuff. Yeah, it's about a group of us were playing GTA. It was just after the sumo had come out and we were all just smashing into each other in the circles, trying to knock each other out as the timer went down. That was some good fun. I've had a lot of very enjoyable times playing computer games. I liked the original, I say original Halo, the original multiplayer on Halo. I didn't really get to do much online with it. It was just local area networks back in the day. A couple of us on hooked up original 360s. Not the original Xbox, but you could never get into GTA 5. San Andreas and Vice City were bore. Yeah, I liked San Andreas. I played San Andreas for quite a while. I had it on a few different iterations, I think. I had the 360 version. I had the PS2 version. I think it was PS2. But yeah, 360 was great. Fable was another good one back in the day. That was quite a good, fun game to play. But yeah, I enjoyed World at War. That was what I sort of introduced the wife to zombies with, was World at War. Group of us sitting up at the back of the at the top of the teleport room, just battering everything that comes up the stairs towards you, littering the stairs and the little bit of gantry ahead of you in front of the pack-a-punch with the what do you call it? Not the pack-a-punch. There was something up there with you. I can't remember what it was up on the gantry at the top. There was something up there. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I very much enjoy those old games. You checked every single tree in a COD game for ages. I watched some of those videos about people breaking the limits of the COD levels and stuff like that, and the fact that there's a certain integer number of the values in the games that, because the longer they spend playing, the closer they get to that integer because of the amount of zombies and stuff used per level and blah blah blah, loads of different bits and pieces. That's too intellectual for me and I can't remember right now. But yeah, basically the longest that someone could go for was like, I think it was like 36 hours. Please don't quote me. I try and put across that I'm more intelligent than I am. But yeah, just the round numbers and stuff, like in the hundreds, and it was like, wow, you lot are crazy. I mean, I could get up to a fairly high number. Don't ask me specifics, it's been so long. I've slept a lot since then. I've forgotten more than I will ever know again. Just one of those things that happens as you get older, I suppose. But yeah, got to some crazy high numbers. Well, the other one, Transit. Loved running around Transit. Getting yourself speed cola. Not speed cola, what's the Not chugging along. Stamina. Getting yourself stamina and then just legging it between points instead of having to wait for the bus. Running over me crops. It's fine. It's fine. I've not got me thin wheels, but that doesn't matter. That little bit isn't planted, is it? And a quick save. I don't know. Yeah, there's just some bits around the outside, but that doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. Alright, let's turn that off. Drop down here. Yeah, World at War. You say it was fire. Yeah, that's what bumps. That's what launched Treyarch making the Call of Duty games. I mean, for years then, obviously, it was Treyarch and Infinity Ward going like back to back, and you'd have Infinity Ward doing things like Special Ops, and then the next year it'd be a COD game by Treyarch. So it used to be okay. You used to have like 2 years between cycles, rather than every year it was throwing as much at you as they can to get as much money off you as they can. We wanted the roller. Or should we fertilise first? Let's throw some fertiliser down. And then we can roll over it and get rid of our tyre prints. Nice big wide view, so we can see the edges. Yeah, that's okay. I'll grab that in a minute. Being slightly overzealous, just trying to get it done, because I know that we've got a few bits we want to get done. I don't want to take forever doing this field. You've got 2 much larger fields to deal. Is that just texture glitches? I didn't think we had texture glitches for fertilizer. And whip around that way. Okay, it's alright, the goats can have some fertilizer too. Okay, no worries. Alright, double check the fertilizer state. Yes, I don't need to roll in. Yep, awesome, fully fertilized. And that will drop down next to the seeder, because we'll need that for the other fields, and bring it back in now. Bumpity bump. There we go. Drop that on the floor. And spinny spin. Now, I'm aware that I still have 100 $105,000 worth of debt to the bank. It's not ideal. It won't be there forever. But things are what they are. And I'm just going to have to live with that for a minute. We pay the interest on it. It's not like the bank isn't charging us for owing them money, so... I'd need to set this again. Oh, and it wants us to go that way. I'm not going up and down the hill with this. Work direction. Spin. Too far. Yeah, that'll do. Close enough. Close enough. Right. Yeah, come on. Come on, there we go. Now that's going backwards properly. There we go, that works. I'll just get these endy bits done and then we'll just go up and down for the rest of the field. Yeah, as I said, I would like some new equipment, but new equipment costs money, and we need some schmeckles. We need lots and lots of schmeckles. 25 schmeckles won't cut it. We need a lot of schmeckles. Alright. Droppy drop. And away we go. See, it goes quite nicely across. I could have done it that way, really, but it's fine. It's just going to be when we start to interact with those trees that it gets a bit annoying. Right, come on, Massey, keep going. Keep going. You haven't got much longer to go, and then we'll get something bigger to go alongside you, and I'll find a shed or something, stick it down and just pack you away in it. Or we'll use you for just collecting. Yeah, we'll just use this one for grain moving and things around the farm. And off the field. Awesome. Alright. The best way I found of getting any money is lots and lots of forestry. I mean, I could go over there right now, I could cut down a shed load of trees, get a load of them processed onto the thing, get them off 20 grand a time, get 3, 3 of those done. We're on about 80 grand. Get our new tractor. Say 4 of them to be comfortable. So 4 log loads, I could get us a new tractor. But it's something that's going to take a little bit of time. We're going to have to work through bits and pieces to be able to get there. That grass is looking nice and ready to harvest. It says it's ready to harvest. It said it was ready to harvest last month as well, though. It just so happened that the last episode happened when Giants dropped an update, which meant that grass didn't give out the full harvest state, the full harvest yield when it said harvestable. So we left it the extra month just to play by Giants rules, which is fair enough. I mean, it's their game. But Ubisoft said that we've never owned games anyway, we've only ever owned the license, and yeah, that is true with the EULA and everything like that, but it doesn't mean that we as gamers have to like it. I mean, I was one of those. I've bought into the whole digital realm. Most of my games now, I own the digital version. There are a couple of games I've got the physical copy, but no, it's the digital version. And then, of course, if you want to play with all the extras and DLCs and things like that, well, they're all digital. They're not. You don't go out and buy yourself an expansion disc like you used to. It's all digital now. So I kind of got with that program a little early, and now I don't know whether I did the right thing. There's a tiny bit of buyer's remorse, in as much as I wish we still had physical copies of games as prevalent as they were 15, 20 years ago. But we don't. And there's no point being nostalgic about a past that won't come back. You've got to look to the future and see how you can change it into being the past. No, you've got to look to the future and try and make the best of it. So, digital media rights and all of that sort of stuff is what it is, and it's just a factor of everyday life now. It's not just gamers, everyone's got it. What's that? You've bought an album? No, you've bought the license to an album on that device or whatever other device you sign into, but it's only if you sign it. It's not, you haven't got a CD anymore. You can't just pop it into your CD player in your car and away you go. That's why we don't have a huge amount of text from the pre-civilization, because it was all digital. I jest, but possibly not. Yeah, and that's going to be awkward, isn't it? I'm going to have to fold that to get through, to come back to unfold it. Is that lowered down? No, yep. Close enough, that do. Brilliant, I'm getting through this a lot faster than I expected I'd get through it. It must be the work direction. All those times ages ago trying to go up in town, I should have just spun the work direction around, so I was doing it this way. Much quicker. Doesn't stop it being a pain trying to navigate through trees, but much quicker. I'll have to take a couple more of those away at some point. There we go. Lined up, drop it down. Turn that on, away we go. Cheeky save. Bakery has got flour. At the end. Oh, this is gonna be awkward. Okay. Get out of the tree. There we go. Okay, maybe not as awkward as I thought it was going to be. And then just that tiny little bit at the bottom, and we're all done with this field. Seeded, fertilised and rolled. Alright, let's fold that up before we get ourselves tangled somewhere. There we go. I do apologise if you're getting motion sickness. I do try to keep the camera as steady as possible, but sometimes I make myself feel a little queasy from how much the camera spins. Alright, well that was that. Now it's been 2.5 hours since in-game time, not that I've been playing tonight. It's been 2.5 hours in-game, so let's go and check these, see if they've fermented anymore. And that's silage. That's still fermenting. That's silage, that's silage. Okay, so we've got one there that is still fermenting. Okay. Oh, I was stuck on a bale. 2 or 3 bales. Okay. Well, even though they're all good, I've got one that isn't quite. Oh. Let's get these horses run really quickly. Jump on Zeus. Yeah, Yarp and Narp still there. Jump on Zeus. Yeah, there we go. far enough away, it didn't glitch onto the others. Go on. Don't. You know, sometimes you play in and things just want to start going wrong. We've had that a few times before. Alright, let's run the horsey. And on with the help menu. So we can see our riding percentage. You can see all the forestry equipment there from where we cut down a few bits last time. Excuse me. And let's have a very quick look past our bakery. We do. We've got quite a lot of bread. Wow. Wow. That's... Excuse me. Just cough my guts up for a moment. I hadn't seen the textures or the models for the bread in game yet. I'd watched a couple of videos about bakeries, their production values, that sort of stuff, but I hadn't actually paid attention to the models. I'm very impressed. Oh, I crouched and now I can't. There we go. I couldn't stand back up. Okay. So if I crouch anywhere near the bakery, is it the bakery or is it the horse? No, it's the bakery. Okay. So if I crouch anywhere close to the bakery, I can't stand back up until I've walked away. That's not a problem. But there's, just double check, 5,000 litres? Are they 1,000 litres? Yeah, 1,000 litres a piece. There's 5,000 litres of bread sat right there. I might have to think about a small shed or something to start storing things. No, actually, no, I don't need to worry about that. They've got internal storages, so that outside will fill up, and then yeah, so that's fine. Excuse me, it's choking again. Right, there's this one to 100. Let's jump Zeus back into the... No, I don't. I was so worried and thought it was just going to get stuck in there like the other ones. Right, and run R-Tax. Named by a viewer previously. If when it comes to it, I will ask again for names for this one's foal when it eventually has its foal. That will come out and look exactly like this one does. I believe they follow the same colour pattern as the parent. So all these trees here, we've got a fair amount of trees to make a fair amount of money if we need it. Some big old thick ones there too. Oh, that's what she said. Plenty of bush. Oh, that's what he said. But yeah, speaking about that silage, actually, we this tree will go. Speaking about that silage, we can make some more. With the other field being ready, we could go over, mow that. get that windrow up and run over, bale it, wrap it. That'll give that odd extra one a little bit more time, won't it? And this one's at 100 as well. Right, let's drop our tax back into its pen. Yeah, straight into the wall, but that's fine. Oh. And I don't know if you're seeing that as well as I am, but it's just freaking out. Oh, thank you, Artax. I appreciate that. You come over and hello. Please don't get that close, though. Alright, there we go. Brilliant. Both of them cleaned off. And run for the day, right. And as we're here, we will check the... It's a bit easier to see things on this one. Health 100%. Health... Oh! Zeus is at over 1,000. That means it's time to sell Zeus. So we've got that to do in a bit. Excuse me. But for now, they're dealt with. So let's get mowing. And I did, didn't I? I made that a bit awkward. Kind of. Come on. There we go. Hitched up. Get that help menu turned back off now, don't need it. Also don't need the mini-map. We know where our fields are. There we go. Get some mowing done. And drop it and go. This is another reason we need another tractor. One that's got a little bit more grunt than this. I say a little, the one we're looking at has got double the grunt of this. This is where was it? I've lost the tractor. We want that one. 90 grand. There we go, that'll do. That's given us a nice line to work from this side. Okay, we'll turn that off just to make sure you can turn around. God. Right, turn it back on. There we go. Alright. This shouldn't take us too long. I'll get this done, and then if we've got time, we'll get both of those fields planted with grass, rolled, fertilised. If not, then we will at least do one of them. Is this going to do what it did? Is this going to be more difficult to go through because of where it's the... no, this isn't too bad. It was a little difficult last time when attempting to go through the swaths that had been made. It was all just being dropped on the floor at the moment, so that's not too bad. Drop it back down, and away we go. Well, I could use the GPS for this, but it's mowing, so it's not... I don't feel I have to be as precise as if I was doing a field of proper crops, so to speak. I mean, don't get me wrong, grass is a proper crop. You can... There are entire livelihoods that depend on grass as a crop, so I'm not discounting it. It's just I don't feel I have to be as neat when mowing than, say, for example, if I was seeding grass, I'd have to be nice and neat and precise, but just running around with a mower, and just dig in, throw the mower down, see what you do. Like that. Seems to work. There we go. It won't take us too long to mow all this and then get it windrowed. I did see, I don't know if anyone else has been watching, but I did see on the Mist of CDP video last couple of days or so, there was a mower that, as it was mowing, a couple of little wheels on the back that threw it all into a single swath, and you had a fairly nice width on it. 6 meters or so, I think it was 5.9, something like that. Might have been. I can't remember. As I said earlier to something, as I've done stuff and slept and had all sorts go through my head since watching a video. I do try and remember some stuff, and some stuff sticks in there, but I am only human, and unless I've got my notebook at my side all the time, I'm bound to forget certain bits and pieces, especially when it's just a quick mention in a video. I think I do as well as I do to remember as much as I do. As previously stated, though, I do, whenever I give out information, I do try to be as factually correct as possible. I won't ever intentionally give out false information. That's not my style. Primarily for the fact that I just don't like being wrong. So, I mean, no one likes being wrong, but I'm pretty sure I take it to a whole new level. I don't like being wrong, so I will Mr. Pedantic my way to being right if I need to. Because there is no type of correct better than being factually correct. I was trying to not let it lose as much momentum as possible, but didn't seem to work on that turn. It won't work on this either, just because of the amount of rotation that I need to do for this one, such a small space. So, because I've just done that field, I'm not starting to run over it already. Won't cause any damage, but it will leave tyre tracks, and that will annoy me. So it's not happening. Alright, from there up I'll try and stick to as close to the edge of the field as I can now. Oh no, I thought they'd fix the textures. Wow. And see them all updating at different intervals there. So that's not so good, Giants. That's not so good. Let's do like an 80-point turn to get back in position. It's fine. That's what happens on farms, as far as my uneducated self is aware. So, tractors do like 50-point turns. My only frame of reference really is Clarkson, but because as much as I saw the tractors and the combines and stuff in the field behind my nan and granddad when I was a lad, I watched them go up and down, never really saw them turn round. So I don't know if they were just running a lot of headlands or so, or wasn't paying attention, or just another case of my aging, failing memory. Whatever it was, there was yeah, my only frame of reference is Clarkson being in Lumpty, attempting to turn around like a mentally handicapped individual, is the best way I could phrase that. Drop that. Last little bit. We'll hit that tiny strip on the last little bit going back over. But there we go. This hasn't taken us long at all. And we will drop it about here. That'll do us. So we'll go and drop this back. I said in a previous episode, and it still stands, we need another shed. We have got the space to put another shed, so that's not the issue. As with everything else, it's the funds. The funds are the issue. And maybe ensuring that I don't tip the tractor over by hitting the side of the rusty barn we've currently got. Maybe that might help. Alright, and we don't need any of this for hay. So we're just going to drop this straight down, run up there, get in position. Start it up. Hell of a slowdown, wasn't it? And this should run nice and easy. We'll get a few bales off here. It's not going to be a huge amount of bales, but we'll get a fair few bales off here. Yeah, push past. There we go. Spinny spin. Drop you back down, right. The windrowing, this is the easiest part of cutting grass. Unless you've got some massive mower that windrows everything right behind you. And then you get like the schnuffle stick or whatever it's called, and attach that to the back. And then attach a baler to the back of that. Yeah, go on, smash all of those bales, yep. Yeah. No one watches me because of my skill level. I wouldn't watch me because of my skill level. I forgot it was almost full from the last time we were doing this. Alright, let's get on. Let's get a fair few bales off this, I should hope. This right here, this is why we need more power on our tractor. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciate what this Massey has done and what it continues to do for us. This not this exact one, but one exactly like it is the one that we started with, and then we used that, well, we leased it, and then we used that to earn the money to buy this one here, and this has done everything, absolutely everything that we've asked it to do. So I'm not discounting this tractor whatsoever, but we are starting to do more, and we're wanting to do that more quicker so that we can get everything done. As the farm grows, our equipment needs to grow, and this is just one of those cases that we are going to have to get that tractor soon. As it stands, we have got a busy month this month. We're trying to get all of this baled and wrapped. If we can get grass in those two fields, then awesome. We'll get grass in those as well. Get them fertilised and rolled. If we can't get them fertilised, well, we will get them fertilised. It's easy to get them fertilised. They're large fields and it's just a couple of runs up and down. Rolling them might take a little longer. Getting the seed into them shouldn't take as long, and it's so that obviously we've got it in there as a cover crop, just so we make some money off that field while we're not making any money off that field. It'll help with a fertiliser stage when it comes to putting the oats back into them. And we want to get rid of one of the horses too. We've still got a fair few things to do. Oh, it's raining. I'm glad I got these I'm glad I got this cut when I did. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be baling it in the rain, but I'm not going to worry about what will be 2, 2 bales at most, I assume. I mean, it was a fair amount of grass here. I should turn it off, give us the extra engine power, back on, straighten up. Okay, baled. Yeah, as I thought, a couple of bales. Get this last little bit picked up, then we'll drop this off, we'll get these wrapped, and then we'll seed the other fields. Was that dying off already? Oh no, it's coming back. Turn this off, lift up the pickup. Drop this back and get them wrapped. Too much. Okay, spin round, grab the wrapper, which is here. Right, let's this one won't get caught in the wrapper because it's already been wrapped, so let's just nudge this one back to where it should be, shall we? Come on, you live over here with all your other friends, because we don't want you getting mixed up with the other one. No. Do as you're told. That works. Right, drop that down so it's about level. Away we go. Where do we want to put these ones? We'll put these ones here, but make sure that they don't interact with the other ones. Okay. So there's one. Let's crack on, get the rest done. I said it in a previous episode, but I'll say it again. I do like the weather sound effects. In a lot of games, to be fair, it's just nice when you hear the storms. My wife and I quite like listening to it when it's thundering and absolutely leathering it down outside. Years ago we were just sat inside and it sounded like it started with a storm, but the heavens just opened and it was absolutely bucketing down out there, and for no reason we both just went, oh, it'd be nice to go and stand out in that, and we did. We walked down the road down to the corner and got absolutely drenched. Had to come over, strip ourselves off in the shower and sort of dry ourselves off as best we could. But yeah, got absolutely drenched, was completely soaked through. Clothes were like 3 times heavier than they were when we left. It was good. Little bits like that, just make you appreciate the bits and pieces you've got in life, and yeah, that was fun. I've had a lot of fun times doing bits and pieces with the wife. Probably why she became my wife. But yeah, wouldn't swap her. As much as my wife can be a pain in the arse sometimes, I'm pretty sure that I can be a pain as well, so it's one of those that as much as she might be a pain in the arse sometimes, I still love her to bits. She's awesome. Okay, just 4 more to go. There we go. I assume it's something to do with the how close I am to the trees over there. The sound keeps changing from what sounds like proper rain sounds to it just starting out. Okay, so 10 bales off this field. That's okay. Better than no bales. If I dig out that one bale that isn't fermented from the other lot and stick that with these, that will definitely be fermented by the time these are. And then I'm not selling a grass bale. And I'm not going to be making a special trip just to sell one bale at some point, so. Okay. Last bale. If I can get the power to get up the hill. Awesome. This was originally just supposed to be a cover crop, like those other fields are going to be, but it makes sense to have one that's dedicated to grass, just so I can get a steady supply. For the silage, yes, but also if needed for the horses, and because that's still full of hay there. This goes back up next to that. If we use this one here like that, and I believe this is the auto load baler, the auto load trailer. I don't want to have to mess around, come back down and get it, so let's grab it now. Oh, looks like the sun's trying to come back out. Right, and which one? Silage 71. Yeah, so it's just that one there. go. Let's drop this up with the other ones over there. Oh, that was close. I'm still not like perfect with the auto load trailers. Transport and operating. Yeah, transport. We'll have it in transport in position for now. And I'll put this one up. There we go. Okay, now we'll flick back onto the back and operating position. Let's hope this works nicely. What's going on? Right, brilliant, okay. Okay, alright, so we're only going to have one. I'll have to fit on the top. That's not a problem at all. Let's try and make things a touch easier for ourselves. And up there. Right, now we want to unload bales here and strap them down. Awesome. Right. Unattach. This is working. I'll tell you what, I'm quite happy about this. It's working. Things are working for me better than they normally do. Let's drop that down. Get that as close to the bottom as we can. Like, ooh. Okay, is that attached to that as well? I think it has. I think that's accidentally attached this bale to the... Okay, let's see which one. Let's unattach that one, unattach that one, unattach. Because the uppy-downy straps are still on, so that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Wow, okay, so glitches all over the place for me. I'm not having you run away. Okay, very nearly. That should be about the middle. Get out of the tree. Click, 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 click. Yeah. Awesome. That's those done. And that does have a back hitch, but can that back hitch attach to the horse cart? Let's go have a look. If it can't, then it can't, and I'll consider not worrying about getting rid of Zeus this episode. Let's see if it attaches in the first place. If it does, then brilliant. We'll We'll sort things out. We'll take them both. No. Okay, no problem. Let's go. We can... Yes, because they're already unloaded. In fact, if we stop for 2 seconds, I want to strap the rest of them up. There we go. Right. Off to the sale point. Chickens are doing well. Plenty of eggs stacking up outside. They're not due to go till November, so we've actually got... Oh, let's turn the map back up that way, yeah. We've actually got the funds to allow things to build up until we can sell them at the peak price. I'm not worried about selling the silage at the peak price. As far as I'm aware, there isn't a huge difference between its highest and its lowest. Not enough to worry about holding on to. And that's what I get for starting to check out my little book with June. June is apparently the best. April is apparently the worst. And there is $5 difference in the price per 1,000 litres. So yeah, I'm not overly worried about when we sell the silage. Okay, here we are at this sale point. Makes a change. Normally we're going to the or used to be going to the sawmill all the time, but let's click sold. Extra 4,500. Always useful. Better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, as I always say. Alright. Back to the farm. And yeah, we'll get the grass in the ground. We've done the horses, we've planted the canola, which if we have a look at our productions, our grain mill, our canola oil, storing, it's got some left to go through. Canola's a 2-to-1, so that won't make another. There's another tree. Does anyone know a way to put crash counters on the screen without having OBS or anything like that? Because I stream out via the PlayStation built-in streaming software. I just linked up to the YouTube and send it out via that. It doesn't go through OBS or any secondary streaming software. It's my gameplay goes out as it is. If I want to do overlays or anything like that, it'll have to be on pre-recorded gameplay, and I rarely do pre-recorded. My entire series on Red Dead Redemption was all pre-recorded gameplay. That was I say my entire series. The legendary bounties for Red Dead Online is what I mean by that. I did the majority of the legendary bounties solo on the 5-star difficulties. Some of them were a tad difficult. The main issue with going on to 5-star difficulties is the inability to lock on to targets. I do kind of rely on the auto lock on feature quite a lot for certain games, but then there are times when I'm not wanting the challenge. I'm just wanting to chill out and relax and play rather than challenging myself, as I was saying towards the start of the episode with someone. Right, let's start with this one. Let's get some grass in there. Because unlike oilseed radish, at least I'm going to get something off the grass. Okay. Steering assist. 2.9 metres, give us that little bit. We could stick with a few more headlands on this. Take it down to 4 headlands. The direction's fine. Yes. Okay. That one there. No. That one. Thank you. I want that stone picker at some point too. Get the little lime production factory, get that stone picker. Not the big lime production factory, there was a tiny one came out in the mods a couple of weeks ago now. We'll put that one into play somewhere. Once we've got a bigger tractor, we also want a bigger seeder. Now that we're dealing with slightly bigger fields. And don't get me wrong, they're not giant fields. I've said before, they're not giant fields, but they're bigger compared to what we had beforehand. I didn't mean to have that still on the front of this. I don't know exactly what it was designed for, but whatever that is on the front of the front loader. It's got straps, that's why I got it. It's better than, because apparently we're not getting a CSC pack, so things like this will have to make do. Yeah, I thought it did. No. That one. There we go. That's right, we'll pick up the bits we missed when we do the headlands at the end. But at least now we can do the full up and down. Yeah, I'm still going to continue to skip rows. Just because it makes it a little easier for the turning circles. We don't need the map anymore. And I guarantee as soon as I press the pause button, it's going to do a cheeky save. Oh, it didn't. I'll make it do one. Cheeky save, just in case, because there are occasional issues. But now we can go back in here. Right, so the canola's, the barley's empty. The canola oats, it's still got plenty, but we can now drop in another 8,000 litres. We've got, I don't know why I'm going up and down those. Got the numbers on the right hand side. Okay. And how much of... Okay, so we've got another 2,000 oats there. I don't know where that straw is. Oh, that's in wheat. Wheat we still got for the chickens. They're still going. I did a save. Wheat we've got for the chickens. The chickens are still doing okay for their wheat. And they've got 2,000 litres of wheat in there. They really don't eat much at all. Although I do want more eggs off them. Oh. Does that swath as well? That does. I don't run big enough grass fields to warrant it. I need to use a small amount of restraint. I really don't run big enough grass fields for that. So as much as it looks good and I might want it, I'm not going to get it. That can stay in the used vehicle sale for now. That can stay there. What I was wanting to look at was if we leave that going, we can go down really quickly. By the time it gets to there, that's when we want to do something. Pig, sheep, chickens, into the chickens. 31, 31, 31, 70. 70 chickens. I like the sound of 70 chickens. That'll produce more, well, twice as much as what we've got. We can afford to get one of those. And to be fair, I think I'd keep that in conjunction with what we've got. It's going to take a bit longer to get up there. I mean, for 12 grand... For 12 grand, that's one of the better ones that I've seen. And it says shed with chicken coop, so technically I'll get a shed with it. Oh, wrong way. I'll get a shed with this as well. Okay, so where's the... Oh, it looks like there's the door. Okay. I did see that on one of Mr. Seeley P's vids a while back. So okay with that. I don't know. We might end up getting that at some point. There are some other bits that would be nice to pick up as well. But again, they're not so important right now. Other bits, we want that tractor. I mean, what I'm doing right now isn't getting us any closer to that tractor. If I wanted to get to it, I'd have to go and start doing some forestry to ensure that we could get that tractor as soon as possible. Bread goes out. Bread goes out December. So we've still got a few months before I can offload that bread for a decent price. Bambi again. I might drop this front bit from the front loader off over there next to the other forestry bits in a moment. There's not that much of a slope right here. It's still struggling. I know it's raining, but this is why we need that new tractor. I really want to pick it up, but at the same time, it's one of those I don't want to get any more loan from the bank, and we've got 105 grand. Yeah, we owe the bank 105 grand. I really don't want to have to spend any more giving it back to the bank if I can help it. I don't know if it's just me, but it really feels like seeding uses almost no seeds for the coverage. I mean, I don't know if it changes on what type of seeds you're using. I say what type of seeds you're planting. Sorry, like whether you're planting grass or oats or whatever. I don't know if it changes. I know it used to with precision farming, but I'm not sure about this one. I do like the texture change, so you know what you have and haven't done. There's the end of that line. We're doing okay. I think we might get this done, to be fair. I know it takes a little while to seed fields with smaller implements, but it's all a process. Yes, it's a slow process, but it is a process, and we're getting there. I mean, we've got our bakery over there. The bread will fetch us a nice price. Yeah, the bread will fetch us a very nice price, so I can't complain too much. It will be not this game December, but the following game December. That will be a full year of production, hopefully, as long as... that's a good point. I might run out of products to put into it before that's done. I just want to double check, when's the canola oil best to go? November. Okay, so the canola oil will go first. We won't have any more flour output from there because that'll all get distributed straight down to the bakery. But that's fine. That's fine. That means that everything that comes out of the windmill and sits there should just be the canola oil now. I would like to at some point get some more greenhouses as well. I've grown a couple of different bits and pieces. Ideally I'd like to keep one greenhouse per crop, so I know that might seem a little wasteful, but it will produce each crop to the maximum efficiency, because part and parcel of the game coding is that those are split productions. Now, if you've not heard of that before, that basically means that if you set 2 recipes and both recipes are 150 cycles a month, it will do 75 of each. Just to make things a little more difficult. Unlike the bakery, that isn't a split production, which means that you've got recipes in the bakery. You can activate as many as you want. It will run full cycles for each of them. As long as you've got the input goods, it will give you the output goods at maximum efficiency. That's why, to me, it was a no-brainer to put wood bakery first. Now, when it comes to the dairy... Oh no, I'll spin around the other way. I also want to just drop that there. There we go. Whoa, hold on. You just reset yourself. Is that because I went too far away? No. I'm going to have to play with this again then, aren't I? And that was down to 4. I left the workload. Oh no. Ah, yes. Okay, brilliant. That one. Okay. That was a slight mess up. Entirely my fault, because I got too far away. Drop that down, away we go. Again, another reason why I really like the fact that we've got the texture change on the floor between bits that you have done and bits that you haven't done. I appreciate that. Now, we've got 25 grand there. We owe 105 grand to the bank. So just to show a little bit of willing, I will pay 5 grand. So we only owe the bank 100 grand. We're back down to 20. So we sold that silage to give the bank 5 grand. I can live with that. I'm okay with that. We paid something off the bank. It's not much, but if every now and again we get it paid off, in amongst trying to save for other bits, then eventually we'll be back to square with the bank, which will be nice. I don't like the fact that I owe 100 grand. I mean, this plot of land basically cost 100 grand. It was 97,000. So yeah, and we've been a little bit in the red for a little while. I was about to say it's not my fault. It is. It's entirely my fault because I opened this menu, looked in there and saw something and went, oh, we could do with those bits. Borrow. I mean, I could do it right now. I could borrow 10 grand and get that slightly larger mower, but I shouldn't. I need to save the money and get that better tractor. That line, that tractor is what is needed right now. Forget everything else. Get that tractor and I can go from there on the rest of it. We just want this tractor. Now I know this has got 225, but it doesn't have a front 3-point and PTO. This does. There was also, yeah, we're on the upwards, we're fine. There was also another one that got downloaded today. Oh, that's 90 grand. That's up to 190. Right, okay. There we go. Which one was it? 69 grand for this thing. It's got 360 horsepower. For 70 grand, that's cheaper than the one we're looking at. It's only a 3-point rear, but for less money than what we're currently looking at spending out, I could pick it up in quad track. 600 horsepower for not that much more. 625 horsepower for 80 grand. See, I could just right now stuff it and pull the money for that from the bank. I'm actually trying to find a reason not to. That was the other thing I'd spotted a little while back, a few days ago or so. It's not half, it says forwarders. Is it in forwarders? No. Miscellaneous. Yeah, this Z-Tour. That thing, I thought that was fun by the looks of it. Double winch for a decent amount of pulling, but when I saw Mr. CDP doing the mod review on it, he tried to move a couple of he tried to move a log that was fairly heavy, but that thing's supposed to apparently have 65-ton move capacity. Did it hell? Tried moving that log, the log pretty much stayed still. That Z-Tor went towards it. It's not ideal, not what you want from something that's supposed to be shifting stuff. I have thought about getting a yarder if needed, but there's not really any point anymore. If I was on something like the Dark Forest, the final chapter, that map, then yeah, I could completely understand. But no. As it stands, no. Don't need that sort of stuff. We just want that big tractor. No, not the big tractor. We want this tractor for 90 grand, not this tractor for 70. I am really trying to find a reason why I shouldn't. Quick hitch. See, that's not much. 80 grand. 80 grand and it would go everywhere. I can't put us another 60 in with the bank. I can't do it. As much as I am torn and really would like to do it, I can't. In all good conscience, I can't. Okay, spinny. No, that one. Other bits that I could do with purchasing, where's them? If we have a look up at the productions in the factory selling greenhouses, there we go. It was it these ones? Yeah. Small tart greenhouses. And allotment garden, where's... Yeah, see, these ones down here, the large tart greenhouses. We they do all the crop types. Oh, sorry, allow me to spin around. I've just spotted I've got another chat message. Give me one moment. That one. Eugene Kleiss, Brunswick, train fan, farm lover videos. Says, hello, how are you doing tonight? Good evening. Good evening there. I'm doing well. I hope you're okay. We're trying to get some grass into these couple of fields as a cover crop and get some fertilizer thrown over them and get them rolled hopefully before the end of the episode. Yeah, we were just talking about all the bits and pieces that we got and where we want to go and what we want to do, and I was showing the greenhouses. You can see in the bottom left there it's got everything. There's potatoes, parsnips, carrots, those are the red beets, those are the bits that are important, and it's the carrots out of all of it that I was looking at, because the carrots will provide our horses the root crop that it needs. I've got plenty of space on there, so I could get another See, if I was going to get one, I'd probably wait until it was time to sell the lettuce. I'd replace the lettuce greenhouse with a medium one of these that I'd bung the manure and fertiliser and stuff into. That's it, solid fertiliser and seeds, I believe we put into that, as well as the water. So I'd replace that one over there with that, so that I'm able to have the larger one producing the lettuce. Lettuce being as profitable as it is, I personally think it would be kind of silly not to. Yeah, as stated, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Very nice to have you along. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. It's always nice to have a little interaction with the viewers. It is a very interactive channel. I am a very interactive channel. When people interact with me, ask me questions, things like that, I will respond. I'm a fountain of useless knowledge that is of no use to anyone ever, at any point. But I know that useless stuff anyway, so it is what it is. Get lined up. Away we go. Now, I will check when we finish this field that maintenance is for the front loader. From what I remember, actually, I can check now. We can have a look in here. Is it a Massey front loader? I can't remember. No, then it's that one. Yeah, that's the one, 18%. Because that is a horse. Oh, wrong one. That's a horse, which is up there. Oh, down some. 18. Yeah, so we're still good for the horse. Not a problem. Good, good. Right, now I think it's just the headlands. I'd like to think it's just the headlands. No, there's that little bit there, isn't there? can see the line not quite done. Right, there we go. Then it will be just the headlands. We'll get there, we'll get there. And I think we should probably go over to the corner over there to start these headlands as well. And I'm thinking the best way to do them would be this way. Okay. Headlands. It's not bad. We're getting through this fairly quickly. It's very nice. I am really wanting to get some larger equipment though, but as soon as we get that larger tractor, we need to start upgrading all the other pieces of equipment. Oh, that's nice. That GPS line's going to take us all the way around there. So instantly, the next, we want that, but that's not quite yet. The very next thing we want to pick up is a larger seeder. Now that one is 6 meters, and that can be run with 200 horsepower. We're getting a 230, and that one needs 450. So wow, even if we got that. That needs 240 though. That's an 8 meter. For an extra 30 grand though. Yeah, but the horse does seeds and oh right, because it just extends it. Okay, yeah, seeds and fertilizer. Okay, yeah. Seeds and fertilizer, tire roller, road control, yeah, we'll stuff it, we'll stick that on ridge marker, don't need it, and it's an extra 2.5 grand, so we want 136 grand in total. Here we go, let's go. Awesome, awesome. And is that gonna take us around? It is gonna take us around the corner. That's very nice. I do like that. I mentioned earlier actually it was a little difficult to do certain bits in cab. This, when it's a larger field and you're doing the headlands, isn't as difficult to do in cab view. So for the majority of it, because it just follows the line. If I was actually having to steer, that might be a little more difficult. I reckon I wouldn't be too bad if I had a steering wheel and a farm stick. I've asked a couple of times on FSG, the farm sim guy. If any of you haven't seen him, go check him out. He's done some really good series. I really like a series on Bull's Gap, I think it is. That's a couple of years old now, but he did basically a start from scratch survivally type series on a place called Bull's Gap, and it ended up turning into quite a large farm. He does do video editing and things like that as a day job though, so he has got some skills to start with when it comes to being able to present his content on YouTube, so fair play to him. I mean, if I had the skills, I'd make use of them. I'm sure anyone would. It's only common sense, really, isn't it? If you've got the skills to do something and then you enjoy doing something on the side, and it just so happens that the skills you've got can help you with that something on the side, yeah, by all means, go ahead, make use of those skills. Absolutely. Especially if it brings enjoyment and entertainment to... I think he's just crossed 100,000 subscribers now, so fair play to him. Apparently from what I heard, something that just started for keep him amused while COVID was happening, so fair play. And if I thought about it, I had some brain cells, I would have quite happily sort of started things like that on YouTube. Why has my money gone down? If anyone spotted that in the top right hand corner, how come I just dropped below 20 grand when I was above it a moment ago? I haven't spent any money on anything, so if anyone spotted why it disappeared, please let me know. For two reasons: it saved me having to come back and watch it, but the primary reason is that will just bug me until I found out. So if anyone can let me know why that money just disappeared, I'm now below 20 grand. It'd be very much appreciated. Oh, that's nice. I've just spotted this one goes all the way around. That's awesome. And if this one's doing it, hopefully the next line does it as well. That would be nice. Well, it looks like it's going to stop raining at some point fairly soon. I say that and there's another crack of thunder. The weather forecast says it's going to be stopping. Admittedly, I don't have the upgraded RTK sensor or whatever it's called. So I'm putting in all this effort to throw this grass in the ground. I might get one decent cut off it before I need to mulch it and then plough it ready for the oats to go in, but that's my fault for not sticking it in immediately as soon as I harvested the oats. Do apologise. One moment, I need to sort my mic out. Hopefully that's a little better, and hopefully you don't get the mouth breathy noises from me breathing in and out of my nose. I do try to set the mic up so that I can breathe and you're not going to hear me, but if I do, please just let me know and I will sort the mic out. I mean, it is one of those that I am human, so I do need to breathe, but I would prefer that you lot not hear me constantly My intent is not to heavy breathe right in your ear. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Well, we are certainly taking our time getting this field done. We really are taking our time getting this field done. We've got to seed that one over there as well yet. It would have been a lot quicker had I picked up that new bit of machinery, that new tractor. But at the same time, I can't justify it. I can't justify stealing that much money from the bank again. I mean, as it stands, I do have every intent of paying it off. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just going to take it from the bank and go, it's okay, I'll just pay the interest. That's fine, I can deal with that. I would get it paid off, but man, this hard mode, it kicks your ass. It really does. You get 1/3 the total price of what you'd get on easy. And normal mode is... I'd slightly messed that, yeah. Normal mode you get 2/3 the price that you do on easy, so it's one of those. It is more difficult, and I knew it was going to be more difficult when I started out. I just didn't realise quite how difficult. I mean, they 1/3 the price. That sounds like okay, it's 1/3 the price, but when you consider okay, you're getting say $900 per 1,000 litres for something, and then you go onto hard mode, now you're only getting $300, so you need to produce 3 times as much. That is what, yes, you're getting 1/3 the price, but you need to produce 3 times as much. So to get the same price on hard mode as you do on normal, I need 3 times this field to get the same value of crop from this field. It needs to be 3 times the size. That's just crazy. I mean, I get it, hard mode, but it doesn't stop it being crazy. Sorry. Okay. Last pass on this field. And it's not so much of a problem if I don't get this rolled. I mean, fertilising it is nice and easy. But ideally... yeah, I need to do that. Oh, just killing everything in my front room. Yeah. It needs rolling. We know it needs rolling. I am totally undecided, to be fair. I know it needs rolling. Yes, it needs fertilising. That was the other thing I was going to check, wasn't it? Yes. One stage fertilised over all of it. Oh. That'll do, that's fine. That's very nice. I really do like it when it does that as well. It manages to pick up the entire line around the outside. That's very nice. I really haven't got much more to do to this field. We'll get it rolled. Because it's more important to get this one sorted than try and sort the other one. And if it comes to it, we could sort the other one in. We have a very quick look at planting times. Yeah, because it goes, oats go in January, March. No? February, March. No. Alright, oats down at, there's the oats down at the bottom. March, April. We're only in August, so we'd still get enough time. Enough time to get that to full harvest. I mean, part of what took so long. Okay, alright. Let's turn that off. Let's get that one rolled. Fertilised and rolled. I know I'm missing a little bit on the left hand side up the top end. That's not so much of a problem. This is only a grass field at the end of the day. If it was actual crop, I'd be more worried, but it's not. Just a cover crop. And super fast spin. Nice. again, like I said on the other bit, not so worried about little bits being missed here and there. And done. And that's why I don't mind fertilising. It doesn't take that long. I do believe, though, I can't remember if this is if we've harvested. Yeah, I think we've harvested twice now. So we may have to lime after this lot harvest on the other fields, not on these two fields. Why not? I wasn't lined up properly. There I go. Yeah, that'll do. There's me lines. There's me lines, alright. Lower that down. Away we go. Might skip lines with this one as well to make it easier again. There we go. Talking about being precise and everything earlier, it is a lot more is a lot easier to be precise if you've got a smaller implement to start with. It's funny because that's what she said as well. Drop that down. And away we go. Yeah, beep beep. I heard. I'm still on the fence as to whether I should push just that little bit longer, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. quick swig of me coffee. I've lost some more money. That's got to be a production. It has to be one of the productions taking money from us. Although there is now 6,000 litres. I thought it was 5,000 earlier. 6,000 litres of bread sat over there. It's very nice. So how many chickens have we got? How many does it say? 30. So that is full. So we've got 30 chickens and they're only producing that much. And the other one was, what, 70 chickens? So they produce twice as much, eat twice as much, but that's not as much of a problem. I really am tempted just to spend the 12 grand, but I really know that I shouldn't at the same time because we're saving. We need to save some money. I keep spending it. But the amount of eggs that would produce is like over double what we're currently getting. I'm torn, guys, I'm torn. Not like Natalie and Brudia, I'm actually torn. Well, it's okay. I don't need a decision on it right now. We've got time. It would be in addition to, instead of, as well as, instead of. It's yeah, it would be as well as. So I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. Should we pick up some more chickens? Or should we keep saving and get the tractor that we want? Leave comments, whatever. Let me know what you think I should do. Whether we should... So it's back to about here. Whether we should get some more chickens. Because I top it off outright. I'd literally just get the get all the chickens outright. Makes sense to me. Probably doesn't to anyone else, but makes sense to me. I'd just get all the chickens in there outright. Get it producing at full whack as quick as possible. And we do get a shed with it as well, so that's useful. Because I've been saying it would be nice to have another shed. Excuse me a moment, I coughed my guts up again. There we go. Do apologise about that. I mean, we need another decent sized shed for the rest of our equipment, and we don't want it a million miles away from the shed that we've currently got there. And there is the option of putting a shed almost level with it. As I said, any input from you guys would be appreciated. If you think I should spend out and get some more chickens right now, or if you think that I should wait and save and get the tractor and then deal with other things, because where we've already got some chickens, whatever you guys think. If I get some comments saying to go one way rather than the other, then yeah, I'll probably follow your advice. If you say to get the chickens before saving up for the tractor, I'll do that. If you say to save for the tractor before getting the chickens, then I'll do that. Just whatever you guys suggest, I'll take that route on this one. There's also the choice between, do we do the chickens or do we do the greenhouse for the root crops? So there's multiple choices, multiple things that we want to do. But all of you out there, please don't hesitate to let me know what you think I should do. Spinny, spinny. Droppy, droppy. And away we go. Yeah, I don't think we would have got even half of that one done during the episode if we tried. We've got just over 10 minutes left on this episode, so... that Bambi over there again? It is, isn't it? And over there in the middle of that field. It's a shame we couldn't open a restaurant and stick venison on there. I think this is the last of the uppy downy bits. Let's just roll in the headlands now. Yep. Very nice. There we go. Let's go. Get these headlands done. Alright. Now as we've got a bit of time while we're doing the headlands. Yeah, that's going nicely, and that should go all the way up as well. Brilliant. While we've got a moment, let's sheds. What sheds have we got? We've got lots of sheds. shed, silos, silo extensions, constructors, containers, tool. We did need the well, we need one of those at some point. Let's grab that and then spin round. There we go. Now we should be able to leave that one going all the way round up to the top end. We'll take a look at constructables a bit longer. Right. Factories. I think factories is where it was. Let's go all the way down. That's the flour crusher. Don't need that. Carpentry, sawmill, industrial bed. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's going all the way up. Brilliant. So many bits and pieces. I don't need all of it. Now this is what I was thinking about. And to keep you all in the loop, that little one there is what I will probably be using for the lime when it comes to doing it, because we don't need anything major for that. So yeah, okay, so that was the wooden toy shop. We haven't got the money for it at the moment, unfortunately, because we just dipped under where we need to be. But that takes wood and trees, so we could throw the odd tree every now and again into that instead of loading it up. Just stick the winch on the back, drag it straight over into the loading area, and that'll pump out some more bits and pieces. That thing is, I don't want to purchase it and then have to go and find a selling station for it. I want to be able to instantly sell it at the sale point that's already on the map. I don't want to have to add anything in. I have thought of how I'd go about that, and I'd effectively, I saw, I think it was a Farmer Cop video quite a while back, but yeah, he did a video where he effectively started playing in multiplayer and had like a co-op of sorts as the other farm on the multiplayer that owned some other bits of land and put down various sell points and stuff like that. Now, that makes a lot of sense. It's just whether that... I'm not so familiar with the multiplayer aspect of stuff, or hosting servers, or starting anything like that. I'm not anywhere close to being familiar with any of it, so I don't want to start doing that and then stop doing it or do something wrong and mess up the save that I've currently got. If I'm going to do that, I'll have to do that at some point in the future with another series at another time. But I thought that was a very clever idea, doing it in multiplayer, having a secondary farm or something and having that as the co-op between, because he was naming certain businesses and things like that that were being run by subscribers and people that had suggested bits and pieces, which was a really good way of doing it. I totally see the point of doing it that way. And given enough brain power, I may even do something like that at some point. But for now, it's just what we've got going on here. Just the trying to get our own farm set up, going nicely. Get ourselves in the positive without owing the bank any money. Get ourselves a larger tractor. We've got a lot of stuff we want to do. And we'll get there. We will get there. It is taking us some time, but we will get there. Sneaky save. And it is all of the fields. Yeah, it was. So we could... Nah. We'll, that's that field completely done. Couldn't be any happier with that if I tried. Alright, let's put this back over here. We will need this again next episode. Because next episode will be September. And September is when we can put in, yeah, our barley and our wheat. So that's this field here and this field here for barley and wheat. And we'll get the oats back in these two in March. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's we've done pretty much the whole episode, and we were low to start with, so let's top that off like that. I was wondering what we were missing from that side. It's the wind rower. I've put it over there. Animals are... They're good for feed. They're good for food. They're okay. I'll have to throw some grass in at some point, but they're fine for now. Oh, they've still got the meadow as well, which is better than nothing. Okay. That was the other thing. Let's check on. Yep, you've got water. You've got water. Nowhere near full on any of that. Bakery, greenhouse. Sorry. Grain mill, not greenhouse. Grain mill. Oat flour. We can fit the rest of our oats in there. So let's throw the oats in the grain mill. We'll have to turn this one back into a grain trailer, but that's fine. There we go. Oats. And we're done. Okay. Let's go and dump this up into the windmill. Things should be a little easier manoeuvring up here now. Now that we're not going to have stacks and stacks of flour just sat there. Yeah, I need to play with the landscaping up here. Okay, overload the... There's some... I would like to change the tip point, actually. I can't remember what set of buttons it is for that one. Tip side, back, rain door, there we go. Awesome. So it's R1 and down. There we go. That seems a little better to me. Rather than it dropping it all out the back and some of it looking like it's going on the floor. Awesome, so that's the rest of the oats in there. Alright, now as far as I'm aware, I mean, it is me that's controlling everything on here and playing and whatever, but as far as I'm aware, I'm not going to need this for a flat trailer again. Yes, I will. Yeah, if I'm selling all of those bits in December, November, December, I'm going to need a flat trailer again. So let's pop that one back to the bale, reattach, there works, awesome. Droppy. Very quick clean up of our couple of bits of kit that we used in our field. So the roller definitely needs it. I could probably do with doing the baler as well, but this and the tractor itself are the two important bits. And I know I've left it running, that's what I assume that's fine. Alright, put this back. Jump in. Park up. And there we go, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for episode 28 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival series. We will make our way. What to sell? It's okay. We'll have to do that next episode. We'll sell Zeus. But thank you very much for joining me for episode 28 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival Simulator series on Farm Simulator 25. Yeah, we're now only 100k in debt instead of 105, which is nice. We'll get on next episode, we'll get the wheat and the barley in, and if we can, we'll get the grass in that field. But until then, thank you for joining me, Wolfie69. I appreciate you being here, taking your time out to watch, and I shall catch you next time. Thank you so much. Oh, if you've made it this far, please leave us a like. If you hit the subscribe, I'd appreciate that too. Yeah. Have a good rest of your whatever. Thank you, and goodbye.